Masechta Shvuos Daf Mem Beis Amud Aleph. We're starting from around the 6th or 7th line from the top. Hahu the Amalei Lechavrei. Hahu the Amalei Lechavrei. There was one person who said to his friend, Havli Meya Zuzi the Masik Nabach. Give me the 100 zuz that I'm claiming from you. It's owed to me. And here's the shtar chayv. Amalei. So the Nitva says, Praticha, I paid you. Amalei, hey, the Tevei Zak. Hanu, the money that you gave me, Sitroininu, there's another chayv that you paid me, about pedika chayv. The shtar you didn't pay up. Sagt Amar Rav Nachman, Isa shtar. The shtar became fashvecht. It became weakened because he agreed that he paid, so the shtar. And now he's saying, oh, it's from another chayv. Now, Papa Amalei says shtar. Yeah, sure. He opened his mouth that he paid. He got the money. But it's a different chayv, so now he worsened the shtar. Papa Amalei says shtar.
He has a shtar to show that he owes him money, right?
Yeah, so, but he agreed that he paid up.
So maybe he paid with the shtar.
But now he says that money wasn't for this shtar, it was for another chayv.
That's what the Malva is saying.
That's what the Malva is saying. So he says to believe him. So the shtar became weak. Because he agreed that this is the amount of money, but it was a different chayv, it wasn't. The Malva is saying he paid me. The lady paid me, but it was a different. Yeah. Papa Amalei said shtar. Papa said the shtar wasn't weakened by that. According to our Papa, who says that the shtar wasn't weakened, I'm going to show you. You said just the opposite. There was this person who said to his friend, give me the 100 zuz that I'm claiming for you that you owe me. And here's the shtar. Amalei, you have to leave. Did you not give me the money for this business that we had? An agreement, you give the money, I'm bucky and buying shvarim and selling the meat. That was the deal. Then I'll sell and the profits will split. The Nachmer, the Asis, and afterwards you came. The Eisvat, Amsachta, you came and you sat in the place where all the katzovim and all the butchers are. And there I gave you the money, I split the profits. The Kabil Zilzach, you received your money over there. And then and now he says back to him, the Teveya, I know that money that we split over there. Citroen, it was Geld. That was for you paid me back for a different deal. Papa Isa Shtar. That Papa said there the Shtar was Fashvach. He just said it's not, and here, yeah, what's the difference? And if you want to hustle him over there, keeping the Kamatari, you have to leave. He says, this money, right, was for this business that we went into. And from the Revach, from the profits of the Shvar that I sold the meat, we split, and you were there. We split in the marketplace by the Katzavim.
That's what
the and then that's what was written in the Shtar. So that's a shtar. That weakens the shtar because everything seemed like is connected to the shtar. He was there in the market. He split the money, and he said that was the deal that's written in the shtar. He said, "No, that's not the shtar."
That was for a different deal.
He says that money wasn't for what we had a deal in the shtar.
Over here,
this is the money. Taki gave me half, but it had nothing to do with the profit. Something else. He says it's a shtar. Hacha over here. Hey, over here, there's no indication that it cannot be that it's connected to the shtar. Here, there's indication that it's connected to the shtar. Where?
Here.
By the first case?
No, first case he just answered.
Yeah, there's no indication that has anything to do with the shtar. In our case, the shtar was written that it's going to be, we're going to do a business of shvarim. You put up the money, I'll take care of the businesses, we'll split the profits. And in the marketplace, by the katzavim, he split the markets. So everything sounded like it was happening exactly what's written in the shtar. He says, no, that money that we split had nothing to do with, has something to do with another chayv. So our Papa says, it's the shtar, come on. It looks foolish. Okay, what's talking the halacha? Benegay to the first case, Papi Amalei is a shtar. Papi Paskin, that the shtar is a good shtar. Shesh Berei Davidi Ama is a shtar. The shtar was Mashvach. The Hilchasa is a shtar. And the halacha is the shtar is weakened, and the malva is not believed to go and collect for the shtar. Like Papa, yep. In fact, what these words said that we believe in the pari b'hadei ba'apesade. that he paid in front of Aiden.
So there's proof that there was a payment.
That's not, yeah, for sure. But he didn't mention the star because he didn't mention it's the money of the star that he should rip up the star. He didn't mention that. What's if he paid, right? And it was in front of Aiden? So we say no. The mal was going to be believed. Why? Because he has a migo. He could have said, "You never, I never got any money from you. I could have been a kefhakel because I'm the one."
The lawyer could have said why.
The malva could say, "I never received any money from you," and the star would have been the only thing, and nothing, and he would have gotten his money. Therefore, he's believed to say it was a zaytik deal that money came in. Because, like you said, he could have kept quiet, and he would have collected like nothing. Because he had the star, sure. All the Rishonim is the kasha l'chayr migul ha'itzel yamrinan. This is a migul. What's the malva doing? The malva says he paid me, and believe me that this star is a second chayv, right? Because I could have kept quiet, a migul.
Right.
But it's a migul. What does he want to do with this migul? To take out money. So there's a cloud migul ha'itzel yamrinan. So other Rishonim, I think the Ramban says that here it's different. Migul ha'itzel is without a star. He's coming with a star. So with a star and a migul, so he's migul ha'itzel. Others say it was migul ha'itzel. He says he already got the money, the zaytik money. It's nothing to do with the star. The star is a separate Indian. Okay, anyway, it was this person who said to his friend, "Mehemnesli, believe me, kol is the amit li loy parana." He says, "Kolzman, you're going to say." He tells the Malva, "You're so trusted by me." The Levi says, "If I say I paid, and you say I didn't pay, you're believed. I trust you." He went and he paid in front of Adam. If the Malva says you didn't pay, he's got to pay again, even though he says he paid in front of Adam. He says he's believed. The Malva believes over him paying over the Adam. Says Papa, what are you talking about? That wasn't the agreement. He says, I understand. If the Levi says I got paid, I paid you, and the Malva says he didn't, so the Malva will override the Levi. That wasn't the deal. But if he paid in front of Aiden, the Malva was going to be override Aiden? No, that wasn't the deal. Okay, there was this person who said to his friend, believe me like two Aiden. So every time that I'll say that, every time that you'll say that it wasn't paid, so you will be believed the Malva, and you'll be believed like two Aiden. He went ahead and he paid in front of three Aiden. He says the deal was you have trust like two Aiden, but I gave it in front of three Aiden. Three Aiden you went over. Says sure. What's that? No. You went two. I brought three, so now it's three overrides what your namanis was like two. He says, when does it make a chilik between 2 and 3 Eidos? When you have a shatzum, you want to evaluate a house, or you want to evaluate something. So you go. The more people who come and say what the real evaluation is, that shows what the real market value is, because you see what the market is. So if there's more people saying this is the value and less people saying this is the value, we go according to the Raiv. So he says the common fish b'kiyah. Everyone that adds more in the b'kiyas of what the real value is. Eidos, you're talking about testimony. Today it makes no difference. Bring 3, bring 100, it makes no difference. If the Mala has a din like 2 Eidim, and the 2 Eidim will override because he gave him the power of 2 Eidim. Here he brings up just like 2 Eidim you can be 3 can be makish, 2 can be makish, 3 can either be makish. Lishnach and the others say it's another lashon. It's just with an addition. At the beginning is the same. There was this person who said to his friend, today, I trust you, Malva, like two Adam. You're so powerful. Every time you'll say, I didn't pay, so you'll be, the Malva will be believed because he's believed like two Adam. He went ahead and paid in front of three Adam. But he will only give him the money of two. But now he paid in front of three Adam. You're not the 3/8. No, so if it's like 3/8, I don't have to pay you back. That's what
The Malva says that you pay me back. What is the Malva saying now?
The Malva says you didn't pay me
At all.
and right, and he has the power of 2/8, and the Levi has 3/8. He paid in front of
them.
them. The Malva has the power of
The
2.
Levi came with 3.
They paid in front of 3/8.
So I paid.
So he says the 3 overrides the 2. It's the same Gemara as before.
So what's it then that you believe the Levi?
So usually it should passel the first Aiden, the second Aiden should passel. It should cancel each other out, and the money should remain where it belongs.
Oh, there were different Aiden. So you just
Yeah,
said that
he has the din like 2 Aiden, and Hebrew has 3 Aiden going against it.
Oh, you should believe me like 2, but then he went and bought 3.
Yeah.
So it's a different Aedis.
So he says it's more. The deal was you have only the power of 2, and I did it in front of 3. So Moscow with Hunabret, have you sure? Today Kameya, what's the difference? Once he gave him the power of 2, it's like he gave him the power of 100.
The Malva gave the Levi the power?
The Levi gave the Malva the power. Whatever he says goes.
Yeah.
So if he gave him the power of 2, then the halacha is he has the power of 100. Why? What's the difference? If the Levi paid back in front of 3, why would it make him override the Malva? Once the Malva has the power of 2 Adim, it's like he has the power of 100 Adim. That's
Malva says he didn't pay me, right?
Right, and he has the din of 2 Adim, which is like 100. Who cares if the Levi paid in front of 3 Adim? It doesn't make a difference. That's Avhunas Taina. It's the same as before. What's the Lishnach? He adds, but once he tells, the Levi tells the Malva, you have the power of 3 Adim. This is so also part of Bapi Ba'ava. Then he paid in front of 4. So there, Kivan the Nachis, since he started to count how many, because once it's 2, that's all you need. Once he went over 2, he says, I'm giving you the power of 3. So the number means something to him. I'm giving you the power of 3. So he went and he gave him in front of 4. So that will override. If he would have said just 2, okay, I understand. But if he says 3, there was no reason for him to say 3. Because Adam has a din like 2. But when he said 3, he was emphasizing a number. I'm giving you the power of 3. So he went ahead and paid him in front of 4. So there we go next days. Then everybody will agree. We go according to the majority. Sagt die Gemara, ähnlich bei den Alteiners Chadashari V'Kotten, Ve'imashbin Sakotten. We said that if there's a taina of a cheresh or a sheit of a cotton, that and he's a made of a mixer, so we don't make him swear. And we also don't make a cotton swear on his haidah. Okay, in fact, one of my time. What's the reason that we don't swear when there's the taina of a cheresh sheit of a cotton? And the Gemara I'm a crowd because it says in the pasuk ki yitain ish, when a man will give a man will give to a shemer or to another person to hold, to lend him or to hold, to watch, and then he was made up the mixas, so he goes to Bezdin, he has to swear. So who's the one that's bringing him to a shvua? Ish. It says the man gave him, the shemer is denying, so the ish is making him swear. But the ain't sin is cotton klum. But if the person that gave the kesser, the kalim, was a cotton, then I understand. But it doesn't say cotton. It says kiyit ish. So the sin is cotton is not considered as anything. Right. And if the cotton,
you treat it like a gift. What do you do?
So, we're going to get to that soon. That's when he doesn't have to swear. It says if a cotton comes with a taina, the cotton can make him swear, a hagdish can make him swear. In fact, what are you talking about? How could you say he's going to have to swear by a cotton? You just said on the tainas of a cotton, a person doesn't have to swear. Yeah, Amarav said the Vaba tainas aviv. it's considered as a ish. Oh, because he's coming with the taina from the father that the father was a ish who gave the kesrei kalim, and he's coming with the koyach from the tata, the koyach from the ish. So that's why he can make it swear. That's the pshat in the Mishnah. The normal case where you're not mashbiya al tainus a cotton, if the cotton gave something himself and the guy was made of a mixas, he wouldn't swear. Okay, that's the cotton. But here it's not the cotton himself gave it. The father gave it, and the cotton's coming with mikoy charav. The father was a ish. That's what Rabbi Lezer ben and Gemara says Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov, and it follows the sheet of Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov. The Tanya that we learned in Number Isa, Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov, Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov says, "Pe'omim sha'adam nishba al tainas atzma." There are times that a person he makes himself a moed b'mikzas and he has to swear. Ketzat, how is it? Amaloi, the Levi says to the son of the Malva, Manula avicha biyadi. I have. He tells him the son knew nothing. I have $100 of your father. V'chaltet pras. And I returned half. He swears the shvur of Moed b'mikzas. He created this whole problem. He told me he has $100. He has $100 of his father, but he opened no. So now he has to swear.
He opened the can of worms.
The can of worms, yeah. But Chacham say no. What he did was he could have kept quiet and he would have never gotten. So he's a Meshua Beidu, Potter, and he's Potter Meshua. So according to Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov, Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov makes a kavachema. Madoch. If the sheet is Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov, Madoch, where he didn't come with a taina, we're going to make him into a Moed b'mikzas that he has to swear a shvur. How much more so where there was a taina? Here, our case is talking about that the son came with a taina mikoy chav. For sure, he should have to swear as a Moed b'mikzas. I hear you, Kavachayma, but Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov, Leslie Meshua Aveda Potter. Doesn't he hold of this cloud? If somebody's a Meshua Aveda, he's Potter, because nobody will return on Aveda. This guy came, he wanted out of the goodness of his heart. He told him, listen, your father, I owe you money, I owed your father money. He could have kept quiet. And I paid some of it. And now you're going to make him swear, he'll never do it, he'll never return any Aveda. He could have kept quiet. Doesn't he hold that he should be Potter for Mashua? Rav says, but he couldn't. It's talking about that he's talking about like our case now. He's saying when Rabbi Lezer ben Yaakov said Tainas Atzma, he swears as a Moed b'mikzas, is that there was a taina, that the cotton came with a taina, that my father's money, you owe me $100. Says you want a cotton? You're saying the cotton is coming with a taina? You cannot come with a taina against you can't. Meaning a person cannot, a cotton cannot make a person swear. Says you want to learn on the gadol. We're talking about the one that came to taina that he owes the money, his father's money. He was a gadol. Why did they call him a cotton? Legabe nile davo a cotton because legabe the asik of his father, the yasakim that his father had, he didn't know. Yeah. But he was not. He didn't know any of the business, so he was like a cotton. So since he really didn't know, he has a din like a cotton. But he was a gadol. In fact, so if it's talking about a gadol, Tainas Atzma, you said this is a case of Tainas Atzma that a Moed b'mikzas Swiss. That's not Tainas Atzma. If he's a gadol, it's Tainas Ancherimi. It's a taina from others that are coming to command by him the money of the father, not he himself.
Is money from him or he's money the money?
The son is moneying the money from the loiva that he owes the father 100, and the loiva was maybe he paid back half. So he has to swear. But you called it Tainas Atzma. That's not called Tainas Atzma. That's called Tainas Acherim. Because the son, who's a gadol, is the Acherim, who came with a Taina. Says, you want a Tainas Acherim with Doris Atzma. It's both. It's you have the gadol is taining and he's being made. That's a joke. That's the normal case of Moed b'mikzas. Kulanami, every case of Moed b'mikzas is you have somebody taining, and then you have a hidas hatzmai that he's being made. That's a part of it. So what do you tell me that that's the case of Tainus Atzmai? Kula nai. That's the Chiddush. All the Tainus that a Mechai B'Shua has a Moed B'Miktzas, Tainus Achenim Moed is Hatzmai Ninu. That's the regular case of Moed B'Miktzas. Says Gemara Allah. Only really would go back to the first case. It's talking about a cotton who is Teveya, the Chayv of the father. And it's considered as a taina, like we said before, because he's coming with the koyach of the father. It's called ish. And with the Rabbah coming, and they're arguing in Rabbah. What's Rabbah's concept? The Amar Rabbah, made a mix of taina yeshava. Why did the Torah say it made a mix of taina should swear? He shouldn't swear. He has a migo. This is the taina. What's the shaila? Why should have made a mix of taina swear? He has a migo. He could have been a kaifa hakel. So why? No, he could have denied everything. Yeah. So why does a made a mix of taina have to swear? Oh, says he, that migo is ashvach amigo. Why? Because chazaka ain't adam meiz panav b'fnei bal chayvei. Yeah, hatnish the migo. You can't say he could have taina. He could have denied everything. A person hatnish the chutzpah to be meiz in front of the bal chayv. Yeah. So if he's so behind the kuli by the lichrei, really he would want to. But behind the loy kafrei, this that he's not denying mishum deina meiz part of the neiva chayvei. He doesn't have the chutzpah. So yes, so that's yes the shaila. If you're dealing with a liar and you chayshir him, right, that he wants to be keifa hakel, so how can we let him swear? Migu the chashda b'meina chashda shvasa. So he said, no, he doesn't want a vilnish gambanin. Really, he wants to be made to everything. Now, why is he not being made? It's only because he's stalling for time. And he's sovereign, and he thinks, till I'll get a hold of some money, I'll pay him then.
Is this the Gemara from Bava Metzia?
Yeah, that's.
Is this the original? This is the original source, or there's the original source?
I believe it is the original source because we're talking about Shavuos. Rachmana Haman. Therefore, the Torah says, "Rami Shvua Ilavi." We place the Shvua on him in order that it should be made in the whole thing. So says the Gemara. So what's the machlekes between Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov and the Rabbana? Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov Sabar. That the reason why Ameidu Mikzas swears over here when the son comes Mikoyach Ha'av to say you owe the whole money and the laborers might have because Leishna Bay, Leishna Bivnai. He doesn't have a migo. He doesn't have a migo even in front of his son. You can't give him the migo. He could have been Kaifa Hakel because Ein Adam Meyes not only by the father, even by the son. Ein Meyes. Since he's not Meyes, he's not considered he's returning an Aveda. If he could have been Kaifa Hakel, and now he's being made, he's a Aveda. But he didn't. He couldn't have been a Kaifa Hakel. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov says even to the son had to nish the chutzpah. Rabbanim Sabi, nah, in front of the Malba, the guy lent him the money and did him a favor. Oh, who the Heina Meyes? In front of the guy who lent him the money, the case of Nachshleim. You don't have the chutzpah. Who's the B'nai? I can't have Who you? Who you? He says, yeah. Meyes, he has the chutzpah. Oh, when the Loi Meyes. So from this, that he didn't do the chutzpah, he didn't do the Kaifa Hakel, Mesha Aveda. It's like he's returning a lost object. He doesn't have to swear, according to Rabbanan, by the B'nai. According to Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov, no, it's not a Mesha Aveda. He would never had the chutzpah to be Kaifa Hakel even by the son. In fact, could you establish the Mishnah, Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov? How could you do that? We learned in the Reisha. If the Ben is telling, Mana la'aba b'yotcha, I have $100 of your father, I'm sorry, but Mana la'aba b'yotcha. The mana of my father, the $100 of my father is in your hand. And the labor answers, he answers, I only have 50 dinar. We said, Potter, here's mamish the case. Even though he's tiny from the father, the cotton, named for the father, he's asking for 100, and he was made of 50. We say he's Potter from the shvur. Why? Because he's returning a lost object, which means that in front of his son, he has the chutzpah to deny. Says the Gemara, no. There, why it was a Meshav Aveda? Because Hasam Delay Amma Barili. There the son wasn't sure. So the Malva can play around with. I mean, the Levi can play around. I'm not sure. Maybe you borrowed money from my father. No, he could have said no, I didn't, and it would be over. So right? He didn't say buddy.
Oh, the son.
The son was almost supik. So there, the Malva has the chutzpah to lie and be careful. What? He doesn't say how he used the lashon. Hacha the Amma bodily, but in the regular where Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov was talking about that he has to swear because he's not going to be kaifa hakel. Is talking to some says with secure for sure. Yom the money. That's it. Where's the money? Right, 100% Yom. Shmuel Amma. Shmuel says really one doesn't swear on Tainus Cotton. Never. He says cotton, but it's a different case. What are we talking about? That we do swear, it means lekatan leparim and nichse cotton. If the cotton's father was the loiva, and the malva wants to take money out of the nechasim of the cotton from the yasam, so hey, before you take out money, swear that that he still owes you money. And lahegdish, the same thing is by hegdish. He has to swear that he says that. This guy had no right to make it hekdesh because it was my money. He owed my money. He took my money and made it hekdesh. So before he can take it out of hekdesh, he has to swear that he didn't get paid. To be able to collect from hekdesh. Says the Gemara. The Gemara asks on the Pirush of Shmuel, to tell me that you're telling me the Mishnah is telling us a chiddush to collect from the Yisaymin, from their nechasim. The Malva has to swear that the father still owes him the money. Tanina, this is finish a Mishnah elsewhere. Why would I need two Mishnahs telling me the same din? And the Gemara Hakam Mashmalan. This is what he's come to teach us. These two Mishnahs saying the same din. Ki Abaye Shisha. Ki da Abaye Kashisha. Dotani Abaye Kashisha. No. Like Abaye, like the words of Abaye Kshisha. What were the words Abaye and Kshisha? The Tani Abaye Kshisha. The Abaye Kshisha learned in the Braisa. Yesayimim Sha'amru Chachamim. That the Chacham that said in order to collect from the Nechseyim of the Yesayimim, even from Gedalim, Ein Tzarech Leim Ktanim, even for sure for Ktanim, Bein Lishvua, whether between a Shvua that they been to collect from the Nechsei Yesayimim, Bein to collect from the karka ziburius, that somebody bechlal, when you collect from a balchayiv, you get from the beinanis. But when you're taking from the yisayimim, they downgraded. You only can get from the ziburius. So what is he coming to tell us? These two aminas, one is come to tell you haba liparim nisisem, you have to swear, and the second time he's come to tell us benegei yisayimim, even. What was the first one? Shnei dinim. What are the that somebody comes to pay from the Nixi Sem Chayv Lishava, and the other one, but and you collect from the Ziburis to tell you these two dinim side by Ketanim, and additional time to teach us even by Gedalim. The same thing. It would only collect from Ziburis, even if it's Gedalim, and you have to swear even if it's Gedalim. So if you're telling him like to collect from the hekdesh, he has to first swear that the person who gave it to hekdesh wasn't allowed to give it to hekdesh because what he gave to hekdesh was really belongs to the other guy. So the malva has to swear that it belonged to him before he made it hekdesh. Says we already learned. Where do we learn it? Tanina, where do we learn it? It says, from the Nechasim Mishubadim, that the Levi sold to others, or after he borrowed, the Lekulches, he cannot collect from the Lekulches only with a Shvua. It says if somebody wants to collect from the Lekulches, Lamashal, there's a Balva and a Leva, and the Leva owes money, and his Nechasim were Meshubit for the loan, was the collateral for the loan. What did the Leva do with the collateral? He sold it to a third person. So now the Malva comes, he says, I have to collect from you. So how do we know that he has to swear before he can collect that the Leva still owes him the money? So he says, that's this Mishnah has come to tell us that the Malva who wants to collect from the Leva's Sada that he sold to the Lekuches, if he wants to collect from the Lekuches, the Malva has to swear. And I'll let it say with a hekdesh, no difference if it went into a third party's hand. It's mamish the same case. A Leva borrowed money. Reuven borrowed from Shimon. Reuven is the Leva. And Reuven told Shimon, you see this piece of field? If I don't pay you, this field is yours. Reuven went and he sold the field to Levi. So Shimon, the Malva, wants to collect from Levi. So Levi can tell him, swear that Reuven owes you the money before you collect. And the same thing with Hegdish, we'll tell him. Before he gave it to us, the Hegdish says, the Gizbarim, swear that he still owes you the money. Okay. Says the Gemara, we need it. Salkadat Chamina, hedged by a regular hedged by, like we spoke, Reuben, Shimon, and Levi. The other Meisach Nunya al hedged. It's shaykh that the Malva and Levi are making a yadachas, are making a knunya, a trick. What do? The Levi says, listen, pay me back the. He paid him back the loan. He paid back the Malva, and he tells the Malva, you say I owe you the money still, and I sold the field, and we'll both collect from the field. We'll split it. We'll make a deal on Yedem's cheshbon. Says the Gemara, Avol Hegdish. They know the Isaac. When it comes to Hegdish, people don't make such tricks to steal from Hegdish. Kamash Malan. That's why the Tana tells us no. He's still. So he's not making a trick of Hegdish. He should be able to collect them from Hegdish without a shore. So he says no. We still has to swear. In fact, how could you say that? Here's a sick person lying in bed. His magnus to Hegdish. And then say, I forgot. You have to deduct some of Hegdish because I owe Chaim Yankel $100. So give back from Hegdish to Chaim Yankel. No, he doesn't have to swear to take it back from Hegdish. Because it's Chazaka, people don't want to steal from Hegdish to make tricks with Hegdish. So if you want to know, I'm a honey mili, the guy is dying. Where do you think he needs the money? He's making tricks. He's not going to sin if he has no profit. He's not going to have a profit. He's going into the earth. He's not going to make money off of this. Of a body, somebody who's healthy, and he has to pay back this labor, and he made it Hegdish. So instead of paying from my pocket, let me deduct from Hegdish and say Hegdish, I still owe him. When I made it Hegdish, it was really his, so he could save some money not to owe the guy. Oh, for sure we're afraid. Maybe we'll do the Mishnah now. These are things that we don't make a shwur on. A lot of it we know. Avodim are compared to karka. Ein nishbayim al kiddush with karkoyis. Shtaris are also connected to karka. V'hekdeshes, and we're going to learn soon. And in these, if somebody steals avodim shtaris, ein bahem tashlumi keifel. He doesn't have to pay keifel, but like tashlumi abba v'chamisha, because it only says in the pasuk dal v'hei, not by avodim, by ashoir oiseh, in god of shoir oiseh, utvach oy mechari, but it's talking about shoir oiseh. So the keifel and the dal v'hei is only by a shoir oiseh. Shem mechinan and nishba. A shem mechinan doesn't swear on what? On avodim. He says, you gave me avodim to watch, or the Shavous to watch, and they ran away. He doesn't swear on that. It's only on other things. When they say sacha in the mishalom, Hashem sacha, if it was gneva v'aveda, which is lecheri should be chayiv, not by avodim u'shbachis or hekdesh. Shavous say yeah. If he said he made a neder harei a lie, oila. A lie means that if the behemoth runs away, it's upon I still have to replace it. A new one. So nishbayin aleim. Then the guy who is supposed to watch it has to swear. He has to swear because he's causing a loss to the hedged. It's not against Hegdish. But what's if shein chai b'achroyusan? What's if he said, Harei behema zu lekarbon? He said, only this behema is a carbon. But if this behema gets stolen, he doesn't have to replace it. So then it has nothing to do with a hedge. It's all hagdish, so he doesn't have to swear. Then he doesn't swear.
What can we say this is a gardener because he said once the big day he doesn't have
that's by Hadei Alai Oila. If he said in such a lashon, so he's responsible, and so it's not called hagdish. It's called a hedget because if it was stolen, he still have to replace it. But if he said Hadei Zul, only this behemoth is going, then he doesn't have to replace it, and then he doesn't make a shvur because it's all hagdish.
So who has to watch it? Hegdish has to watch it?
No, we're talking about a person was watching it. He doesn't have to swear on it. Yeah, Rabbi Meir yes, there are things that are in the karka, and don't have a din like karka. But the chachamim are not made. What's the case? 10 branches, vines, loaded with grapes. Masati lecha, I gave you to watch in the karka. The other person says, there's only 5 vines loaded with grapes, but they were still attached to the ground.
Oh, okay.
So Rav Meir is mechayv shvur like a regular meidum mixas. Still it's kolam mechubel lekarka reiu kakarka, and anything that has to do with karka einish b'yim krishi with karkais. Or he does no difference. You don't make a shvur. Weiter einish b'yim ella davar shebemidah v'shebemishkel v'shebeminyan. You cannot make a person swear if he was made up by something that has a measurement or weight or a number. Huh? I mean, a number. Yeah, ketzad. If one is today's chaveda, bayis mali peiris masatilah. I gave you a house full with peiris. Or the vikis mali. Yeah, I gave you a wallet full with money. Masatilah, I gave to you. Rubles, money. I don't know. Whatever you gave me, this is it. Take it back. Potter. Why? Because he didn't say a specific number, how much money, or he didn't.
But even if he did, how would he know that there's so much money?
No, if he says a specific amount, $100.
You gave me a wallet full with money. You said there's $100 worth.
No, I said I gave you $100. If he says I gave you $100 specific number, and it was less, so he has to answer for it.
But
it's enough.
It was enclosed. Was it a wallet? He said
He told him I gave you $100.
If
he says kiss smaller, so that's no. So he doesn't say a number. So therefore he doesn't swear. He says he could tell him take back your wallet. That's it. I don't know what it was. Potter. But what if he said adaziz? The Teveya says I gave you paytis that went till the beam of the house, the roof, to the beam of the roof. He says no, it wasn't that full. Allah, the chalain only reached to the window sill. So then chayv is a chayv ashvur, because then he's a made of mixas and it's numbers.